So, more evidence that Dr. Umar Johnson is an idiot? Coming right up. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Common Sense Logic Reason. And as always, I want to say thank y'all for joining me today. So I'm a firm believer in a fool will prove themselves to be a fool if you let them speak and open their mouth, and they will always provide a rope to hang themselves with. Well, Dr. Umar Johnson is just that fool. And he loves to talk, and he loves to open his mouth to prove that he's a fool. Anyway, he did an interview on the show in Australia.
You know what I mean?
Would you have a problem if you met a man who made half of what you made or a third of what you made, but he had a financial vision of an empire, a business, some sort of an entrepreneurial undertaking?
See, I think that's dangerous.
Stay with me.
I think that's dangerous.
Let me finish it, and then I want you to respond. And he needed you to help invest in his dream. And he gave you a definitive timeline. He said, give me 12 months. Or 24, no more than that. If you invest in me, I promise you what I'm going to build will equal where you are. Would you have a problem investing in him?
What does investing in him mean?
Let's say he needed $700 a month to help fuel this dream. He needed $700 for 24 months. Could you do it? You're reluctant.
I am reluctant. I am
Tell me why.
reluctant because what's the guarantee?
There is no guarantees in love. There is no guarantees in romance.
And
If you
also,
need a
I think
guarantee, you can't get in it.
context matters. How long
I
have
agree.
we been together?
I agree.
You know, if it's just a guy that I met last year and all of a sudden he has these dreams and
No,
he
y'all
wants me
been
to
dating
fund
for
it.
about 2 years. You like him. There might even be some love there. And he's saying
There might be
invest
some
in
love
me.
there is crazy. There has to be some love there.
Let's say there
There
is.
has to be a future there. And I think that's what I'm saying. Context matters. If I see myself with
But
this
you didn't
man,
answer the question. Let's say
Yeah.
all those things are there. Will you financially invest in him? Be honest, my queen.
Now, I will say that I agree with him when he says that black females have shown more of to be least likely to want to invest into a man, to more likely to wait at the finish line and wait for the finished product. I will agree with him on that, but I very rarely agree with him. I probably agree with maybe 5 to 10% of the things that he says, but again, a broken clock will be right at least twice a day. However, I completely disagree with him in telling a woman to invest $700 into a man a month into a man that she's dating. Okay, now if she was married to him, then fine, because now you're not investing into him, you're investing into y'all, to them. But to invest that kind of money into a man, that's a lot to invest in someone that you're just dating. I mean, that's a lot of money to invest into you. I mean, if you put $400, $700 a month into your retirement or your 401k, that's a lot. So to expect a woman to do something like that, I wouldn't advise any woman to invest that kind of money in just a man that you're dating. Not to say that a woman shouldn't invest anything into a man that you're dating. It's levels to it. Again, there's levels to it. If a woman is dating a guy and he's trying to start a business and she's knowledgeable about, bookkeeping or accounting software, and she helps him, give him advice on this or advice on that in life, then sure. But to invest $700 a month into a man that who didn't commit enough to you, make enough of a commitment to you to marry you, no. It's like the same way if a woman is dating a man and he gets a job in another state. I wouldn't advise any woman to go move with that man just for dating. What, you're gonna go move out there to shack up? Again, now if you're married, that's a different story. See, now you're married, of course you're gonna go and move out of state with your husband. But I wouldn't suggest any woman to move out of state with a boyfriend, just to be a boyfriend. I mean, for a boyfriend, just to be his girlfriend. No way. And it goes both ways, because it's the same thing with me or with men. I mean, there's a certain level of investment that I would say that a man should make in a woman that he's just dating. You know, if you're dating a woman and like I say, her tire, or you basically replace a flat tire. Tire is bad, need to be replaced, and you spend $120 to buy her a new tire and to get it mounted and balanced. Is that really a big, huge issue? Not really. But if she expects you to pay $3,000, $3,500 to have a transmission repaired, now that's ridiculous. Just because you're dating that woman. No. You know what I'm saying? If you basically bring out to lunch or something like that, okay. But it's just the levels of it. And again, it goes both ways. I wouldn't expect a man to invest something into a woman that he's just dating. And I wouldn't expect a woman to invest a level into a man that she's just dating. Hell, I wouldn't advise a woman to invest that much into me, not if I haven't made a commitment to her. So what he said here is completely idiotic. And again, what we're doing here is we're completely putting we're putting basically the buggy before the horse here, because before we even start talking about marriage, then we have to get to, well, why, what's going on with why men aren't marrying women, and what's going on in our community amongst black, before we even talk about investing into each other. And that's how ridiculous the argument is, how far black folks have fallen. So we're having these arguments. We're having these arguments about, well, if a woman should invest $700 into a man she's dating. Well, why aren't we stressing marriage? And if marriage is such a bad deal for men in current modern society, which it is, then we should be addressing why it's a bad deal for men. Once we address why it's a bad deal for men, to the point it's no longer a bad deal for men, then we start stressing, okay, now we're going to push marriage because societies are built on families, based off of families. But certainly not baby mamas. That just goes to show you, like I say, how far we as black people have fallen when we have baby mama culture instead of husband and wife culture. Anyway, like I say, y'all, that's my 2 cents on this. I completely disagree with Dr. Umar Johnson. I would not advise any woman to invest that kind of money to a man just to be dating. And as always, y'all, until next time.